Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mumbi's Spiritual Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi.seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I hope you're making your healing your priority. I hope you're making your rebuilding your priority, because we are already in the new earth. We are already in so-called heaven, whatever you want to think about it. And what is left is our minds and our hearts and our memories. And that's what we're kind of healing. And that one, no one can do that for you, family. And the minute you start healing your memories and start, closing out that book of life, is when you'll realize that we really are in a new so-called reality. If you look at yourself, you're looking different. You're feeling different, family. If you look at people around you, they're looking a little different too, because we are truly in a new dispensation. And, this is a very 3D kind of topic, family, but I really wanted to cover it because maybe I feel like the ballers in Africa, the wealthy folk in Africa, have so many things that are gatekeeping them. One of them is the fact that, a lot of them are in the Masons and all these things. They've been groomed, they've been positioned there. Just like the Zuckerbergs and the Microsoft guys, the Gates of this world, they were put there. These were probably military softwares or military technologies, and they were made the face of them. I mean, if you don't know that, then yeah, allegedly. But, on the motherland, and I started to see this, family, back in 2020, where you can see there's people who own ruby mines, there's people who own gold mines, there's people who have choppers and their own private jets, and yet they've never heard of the oxygen chamber that cures cancer. And rejuvenates their whole body. They've never heard of some of the, they're not aware of the New World Order agenda. So they'll have all this money, but they'll be deeply religious. So when Babylon comes along and says, they'll be deeply classist. So when Babylon comes along and says, you need to do this and you need to do that, they're the first ones to do it. I was shocked, family, when there was that global mandate for everyone to take the lollipop. Here in Kenya, the country clubs and the golf clubs, where all the elite are, they had private clinics. They got the doctors, they got the first batches. They even went to try and get the best batches, I don't know, from Sweden or wherever. And then they banned some of us who refused to. Anyway, those are other stories. But when I studied this, and at first I was like, why are they doing this? I realized they really didn't know. And so the African is rich, but his ignorance keeps him from being wealthy. Because he has a lot of things, but he's still it's almost like he doesn't even want to look at what's happening on the international stage. And then if you see, all African billionaires are categorized in one thing. They'll either think you're a politician who's stolen money, or a politician kids who's stolen money, or a drug lord or something. They never think you can just come up and build an industry and build a manufacturing firm. So to be rich and to be wealthy are two totally different things. To be rich means to have a lot of money. But to be wealthy means you have access to the information and to the narrative that is running the world. That you have knowledge of what is going on behind the scenes. That you have people advising you on all the alternative technologies, on all the alternative medicines, on all the alternative whatevers that are emerging, on all the emerging technology. And in fact, since a lot of that tech is being created in hubs in your own nations, you're even investing in them. They don't have to go to the Mzungu to look for money. To be wealthy is to know what's coming in terms of climate, to know there's a pole shift that is happening in earnest, that they've been trying to delay with spraying. I mean, it's so pathetic, it's so crazy, but there's a pole shift happening. As you've seen, a lot of the, billionaires of the West have built bunkers, which I really don't think is the solution, but a lot of them are also moving here. But you as an African baller, who still wants to go to go buy suits in Italy and to go to London on holiday and go to Paris, although that is kind of diminishing, and to go to the Dubais of this world. Do you have not even a bunker, but have you built a community where if sugar hit the fan, that community would be loyal to you and your family could go and they could build, they could live there? Have you built even a house in your rural areas? You know how shocked people are here in Kenya, family? When rich people die all of a sudden and you realize these guys had millions, sometimes even in dollars, and yet they didn't even have a home in the village, family, where their friends can piss when they go to lay them to rest or whatever. Oh, Pharaoh, come on, dude. Come on, don't. People are always shocked how people are living these grandiose lives. They have these Miami valued, Miami valued houses and everything in Nairobi. They're spending all this money every weekend. And yet their mothers are dying of illnesses that their money can save them from. Or they're unaware of the agenda of Babylon, so they're not even able to enjoy their money. Like I've had billionaires tell me, billionaires' children, family, tell me that their moms or their fathers told them to take a lollipop. And that has changed their destiny forever. We can argue or however, and I don't like to argue about that. By the way, I have started a TikTok, Dr. Mumbi Show and Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. I hope I can talk more about this on there. Still trying to figure out what the rules and regulations are, but people seem to be speaking more freely there. So definitely check us out there. Actually, that's where I'll continue this. But family, a lot of us are wealthy and people may not even think we're rich because we're aware of the agenda. We've got a plan B for when sugar hits the fan. A lot of these guys, they don't even, these are the people you should have like your house off-grid solar panel, your own. You wouldn't even need to do it yourself. Garden, everything, water. And so that's why I feel that the so-called African elite, I really don't think it has anything to do with Babylon at this point, because we have a lot of very wealthy Africans. But if you look at them, a lot of them are still deeply enslaved because they're so deep in religion that religion makes them stupid. Religion makes them ignorant. Religion makes them not question. And they just want to maintain the status quo, and they all maintain the status quo with each other. Because if the African elite were truly wealthy, they'd be investing in their countries like crazy, because people are coming from Australia, people are coming from Germany, people are coming from China, people are coming from Japan to invest here. And they would also quickly realize you're not, they don't take you as their equal. So if you're an African baller, it's lonely at the top. It doesn't mean anything because you're surrounded by poverty. And you wouldn't even have to use all your money to start to shift the narrative. Maybe just a fraction that you could probably even write off for tax. So when you see a rich African man, feel sorry for him because his money is not helping him, it's not helping his people. It's just making his ride towards death more comfortable than the poorest guy in his village, than the cleaner in his house. He just happens to be more comfortable, but he's not wealthy in any way. Chuko pamoja.